Strategies believes that in order to optimize your organization, you have to optimize your people. This is what we're passionate about. I started Hiring Strategies because I grew up with a father who absolutely hated his job, and he did that job for 50 years. Hiring Strategies is dedicated to making sure that that does not happen anymore. At a very young age, I was made acutely aware of the relationship between employer and employee. And I was aware that although my dad was working 12 to 14-hour days, 6 days a week, his head and his heart were not in it. He hated being there. But he was committed. He was absolutely committed to being successful, and had a work ethic beyond any work ethic I've ever seen before. But I realized that it wasn't good for him or his employer. They weren't getting his best because his head and his heart were not engaged. Both parties were actually missing out. So fast forward to my first job out of college, where I was hired to be the admin on the recruiting team at the Frank Russell Company. And I was lucky enough to have George Russell do my new hire orientation. And he said something that would change everything for me. He said, if you hire someone who is smarter than you and you take care of that employee, then they will take care of your clients, who in turn will take care of you. This was like, duh, a big giant bomb going off in my head at the time. Young Kim, fresh out of college. This is how it's supposed to be. The Frank Russell Company went on, if you're not familiar with the Frank Russell Company, they are, if you know the Russell 1000 and 2000 on the stock exchange, that is the Frank Russell Company. They went on to be one of the first best companies to work for in Washington State, and one of the first to become what we now call an employer of choice, which means that employees and candidates are coming to you. You're not having to go find them. They want to work there because of their name and reputation in the industry. So we didn't have to recruit per se. We had the best of the best chasing us. That's where you want to be. And that's what hopefully we're going to talk a little bit about this morning. Hiring Strategies wants to be that light that inspires work that matters. It doesn't matter what you do. All work has meaning, but you have to believe in what you're doing. If people believe in what they're doing and organizations believe in their people, then you will attract, engage, and keep top performing employees. There are 9 areas of focus that your organization must embrace, coach and develop, and embody if you want to work inspired and ultimately attract, engage, and keep top performers. And those 9 areas are in that blue circle on the screen. And there are 2 underneath attract because they only impact the attract portion of this process. All the stuff in the blue circle will affect all 3, attracting, engaging, and keeping top performing employees. Today, we're going to talk about how to write job descriptions that attract, engage, and keep top performers. And writing a great job description is impacted by specifically 3 of these focus areas: impact and challenge, outcomes and expectations, and purpose and why.